And one last one. Okay, Pelagonia's now got 2 vegetables. We have 3 trade routes here. One of them was established before I started playing. I got the papyrus and I secured the precious metals. We started off with an imported grain supply, which gives us the capital surplus, which is fine, but not that big of a deal. We've got, what, national manpower plus 10%. I don't really care about that. So, what we can actually do is cancel that route. We'll cancel the grain from Western Delta. Free up that 1 trade route slot, and instead we're going to import the vegetables from within ourselves, but we lack the civic power to be able to do it. Or we can get them from Thrace, actually. Notice how if we import from within our own country, we're just moving the trade good around. It'll earn us 0.47 versus trading from someone exterior, costing us, we only gain 0.2. So I think that this is like an actual mechanic strategy. Like you're better off using your trade route slots within your own country if possible, but it's a pretty minor difference. So we now have our entire country gets the following effects: move slave cost minus 20. So it should be cheaper in the future now to move these guys around. You have the Greek tradition? Yeah, we do have Greek traditions. There is the option to do, where is it? Yep, raid ports, enslavement efficiency plus 20%. So if you go down this side, we can get... It's quite far into the campaign, though. Sabu, thank you for sub, sir. This guy wants to do the thing. Sure. Take my stuff, it's fine. And we want to get more marketplaces. Olympic Games. Do we want to send Diomedes or Antipatrid to the Olympics? Diomedes is one of our researchers, so I kind of don't want to send him. Send Diabetes? When you remove all slaves from a city, no new slaves will grow in that city. One of the cities you removed a slave from was growing a slave. That's fine, though. You can always move them around. If I had to choose between growing slaves and growing citizens, I'd rather grow citizens. So that's actually a good point. Like, if it were possible to guarantee that we will only grow citizens, then I would prefer that, honestly. So we'll just send Antipatrid. And then let's get this last guy promoted. I'd like to get up to 60 pop in Pella so we can get the extra building slot soon. The statue of Cassander Antipatrid. People of Pella have raised a large statue. Lose popularity and get national statue for 10 years, giving local unrest -2. Or Pella gets a ruined statue. We can lose some popularity, it's fine. If we really need popularity, we can just hold some games. Get our popularity back up. Popularity should come back up anyway on its own. It's actually going down. Slightly. My experience is that, I mean, that appeals to me, yeah. My playstyle has evolved into this. I like pure citizens and slaves. Because the thing is that slaves give taxes. Citizens give research points and commerce. You only get manpower from freemen and from tribesmen. You don't get manpower from slaves, right? But seems fine. Like we don't really need manpower if you want to play tall. 60,000 manpower is so much. If we wanted to wage wars, we could be going nuts with wars. Okay, so we can try to get Trika up to 15 pop. Trika currently makes more wine. I'd like to try to get probably one more supply of vegetables so that we can... It's funny that it said we were going to have the 20% discount, but then we didn't actually get it. And we still need to export more vegetables to there. Problem is that we're only going to have 3 out of 3 trade routes, so we'll see. Yeah, but there was a pop-up. I'm just saying, I could have sworn I saw a pop-up. Xander gets popularity, okay. Show great powers. There's a great power list that I'm aware of, but the biggest countries in the world right now are the Seleucid Empire, Maurya, Phrygia, Egypt. This little green guy is deceptively large, Carthage. He's way over here and all the way around here and up here and everything. And then, of course, there's Rome, who is, you know, being Rome, being all Roman-like and whatever. Meanwhile, we're just sitting here doing nothing really except for managing our country, and we are nearly, what, 60%? 53% of the way towards our first advances. Hey, there we go. Someone finally wants to import our slaves. Move slave costs minus 10% is great. So now that should round us down to a cost of just 4, which is pretty significant. No, there is no ledger. I have not found one anyway. There is no ledger. To try to like compare the strength of your country to another country, you basically have to like click on them, look at their number of cohorts, look at their number of manpower. When you go to the declare war screen, you can hover over right here, and in that tooltip it'll say cohorts manpower. So the way I've kind of gotten used to doing it is you look at, if I were to attack this guy, I would say, okay, 9,000 troops plus 12,000 manpower, plus another 14 cohorts and 16 cohorts. So 30 cohorts plus whatever he's got, 39 cohorts. That'd be what you would fight, plus whatever they can muster up from the manpower. The ledger button be one of the ones in the top right. No, that's score. I've never even looked at this before. I don't know what score calculated off of. No. Oh, there is no ledger, but it was confirmed to be coming? Okay. That's cool. Alright, let's make sure we're doing another marketplace in the capital. Miraculous recovery! Doctors are overrated. We're no longer ill. This guy's trying to import that extra source of veggies that we just created. I'm going to say no to this one because we want to have those veggies for ourselves. So we can try to export more veggies. Do we produce veggies anywhere else? Any other location for it? Here, we could have them. I'm trying to secure a surplus of vegetables in the capital. We've got... Currently, we have some... Without the extra trade slot, though, we can't do it. So, we could switch off of this. We'll spend some of our oratory power. This part doesn't really make a huge amount of sense to me. I haven't been able to figure it out yet. This is our current character, and we have four provinces, and we're the personal governor of 4 of these 4. This guy is governing these. And when I first started playing the game, I assumed that if I changed this governor to someone else, right? Like say I go here, change governor, I'd be changing the governor for just this place. But it's like, these are paired together. So he's governing an area. And we're governing an area. If they're using policies you don't like, rather than spending... Look in that tooltip, it says, click to choose a new policy for the province of Aetolia. This will cost 50 oratory power. I can force him to change his policy. But it's oftentimes easier to just pick someone else. Right? Like if I don't like that he's using cultural assimilation, I can just say, well, you're fired, and I'll pick someone else. And that kind of like makes him mad, but not really. And this doesn't cost any points. Besides, this guy's got cruel trait, which makes him better at making slaves work. So we'll change him, and now he's using completely different edicts. He's got encourage trade, and borderlands. So that's good. Now, in our case, we're not going to change our own governor. In fact, I don't even think you can. Yeah, you can't change the governor of the capital province. So if we want to change the policies on these provinces, we have to pay the Diplo points. So right now we're doing acquisition of wealth. That was the default. Increases local tax, local commerce income, and gives governor wage plus 20%. If we pay 50 Diplo points, 50 oratory power, we can switch over to encourage trade, which gives an extra local import route and an extra 10% local commerce income. The 10% commerce income is equivalent to what we currently have. So what we're effectively doing is losing 10% tax rate to get an extra trade slot, which is worthwhile because now we can import some more vegetables. Which means that we now have vegetables surplus in the capital and vegetables export bonus for a total of minus 30%, which means the cost for us to move slaves will hopefully go down to just 3 right there. So we basically took the cost down by 40%, which is huge. Check the achievement screen, it's on the menu. Oh, that's kind of a cool system. I don't think I've actually been playing on Iron Man mode at all because I've had to play offline. So yeah, we can move slaves around now for just 3 civic power, which is a pretty big deal. Next thing I'd probably want to do is what? I'd like to get... If we can get a surplus of precious metals, then we could have a citizen promotion cost minus 10. That is the freeman into citizen discount. So here's an interesting thing. The cost to move your citizens is 20 civic power. The cost to move your freemen is 20 civic power. The cost to promote your freemen is only 10 base oratory power. And there is, I believe, a law that you can enact. Might not be available with this government type. Nope, here it is. Citizen promotion cost minus 50. So, citizen promotion cost minus 50 is pretty significant because that's taking freemen into citizens. I guess that's only saving you 5 oratory power. That's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of, there's one that discounts your cost to move freemen. Research points plus 10%. That's a definite thing I'd like to spend oratory power on if possible. We could also just stop spending civic power on moving slaves around and instead stockpile it, because again, every time we get to 100, we have access to these inventions. So there's potential here for like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 1,100 civic power we could spend on inventions, and they're all good. They all do stuff. We have a scorned family. One of our families, the Prepalawid family, feels like they should have more people working. This is causing every family member to lose loyalty. Again, my experience is that loyalty is not really a big deal, but your mileage may vary. I largely just ignore this thing. I mean, I could try to find a job for one of these guys. This guy's currently has no job. He's got 9 marshal. We could make him into a general, but if you do that, then the troops could become loyal to him. He would be a better Archisomatophylax than this guy. So we could just make him do that. But that's probably going to piss off that other guy's family. So... The only use for money is building marketplaces and army/fort upkeep. Well, if you're playing tall, basically, that's been my experience. On the other hand, if you are playing wide, then a huge expense is building troops and maintaining them. You know, to build units costs money. I think that light cav are amazing because they're super fast. Army movement speed 4, maneuver of 3. They're like cav should be in EU4, except you get them in the year 454. So, all right, so in our capital, we want to start queuing up the next marketplace. We're almost out of building slots. We've got 3 so far with a 4th about to complete. We've got 2 granaries, which are giving us some like slave happiness, which is completely useless because we're already maxed out on happiness. And it's giving us 0.06 local population growth per granary, and we have 2, so a total of 0.12. So if I were to delete this granary, let's take a look at what the effect would be on growth rate. Ready for it? Bust out your calculator. We're currently growing at 0.44% per month. Takes 227 months, or 18.9 years to grow 1 pop in our capital city. If we didn't have the granary, it would be 0.44 minus 0.06. It's going to cost us about, what, 2 years? 3 years. An extra 3 years if we get rid of it. I don't care. I'd rather have the civilization level. Just marketplaces, man. Right. It's borderline. Well, if you have unhappy slaves, then you're getting the benefits of the slave modifier, the happiness modifier. But our slaves have base happiness of 100%. They're currently 115% happy. They're like super happy, man. To the point that it doesn't even affect them. All right, so in Pella, we want to get to 60 pops so we can get an extra building slot. And we could either start saving up our oratory power to change one of the laws to allow it to be cheaper to move people, or we could just pay the price. You know, we could just... I mean, either way, we could promote them to citizens here for now to get the extra research points. We only have a 50% total research modifier here, plus we don't have the... Okay, these citizens in this city can only go to 95% happiness because we have no marketplaces. In Pella, because we've got marketplaces, our civilization value can go higher, which means that these guys can go up to 100 soon. So citizens in Pella are better for 2 reasons. Number 1, they have higher max happiness. And number 2, they get a 75% output bonus versus the 50% bonus in any other city. So it makes sense to try to push them into Pella, but opportunity cost, like it might be better just to spend the points making citizens first and worry about moving them later. Lost the wine surplus bonus? Did I? I have. We lost the capital surplus to army maintenance, but we got the export bonus instead. Or are you talking about the promotion discount? We were paying 9 to promote because of the export of precious metals. That should still apply here as well. Have I tried stacking growth? No, I haven't. Because when looking at it, like, I feel like tech and oratory and... like, tech advances are way more important, I think. Alt arms from Thrace. The Hellenistic regional power of Thrace calls upon us to join them in their wars against Istros and Miletos. So Thrace has declared a war against that one province minor and that one province minor, and he thinks he needs our help. We started off allied with him, and we have claims on his land because he is, you know, I don't know, it's historic or something. The problem is that he's guaranteed by the Seleucid Empire and Egypt. So are we, though. So it's like, it's this weird, like, relationship. We're allies, and the Seleucids and Egypt are guaranteeing both of us. But then we get claims on all of our lands. It's like, okay, am I supposed to break the alliance and attack him? Or like, what? You know? So I don't want to join his war, it's dumb. You're not my friend anymore, I hate you. See here, if we attack, then we have to fight now the Seleucids and Egypt, who happen to have, you know, 29 cohorts, 44 cohorts. Kind of a big deal, you know? Gilfred96, thank you for sub, sir. Another marketplace queued up. Okay, I think for right now, we're going to save up our civic power for inventions, and we're going to spend our oratory power on promotions to citizens. And gain 50 military points or have no effect. Sure. Have an easy choice for me, I think. So we're making plenty of money. All right, perfect. Cool. My son is being delivered at the right time. And there we can already make a new invention. So next, let's take the probably do military tech investment now. That's going to affect this number here. 95 will become 100. Pretty minor bonus, really, because we're going from 195% to 200%. It's really not a very big increase, but I almost feel like there should be a click you can do like right next to this one that says auto accept incoming trade requests. So long as blocked surplus is off, I always accept them. Like, they're basically saying, hey, do you want money? Yes, I want money. Money sounds good. Please give me money.